Good morning. Happy Wednesday. I am excited to talk to you guys this morning. You know, per usual, tagging the peeps so that I can see them on. Okay, guys, good morning. How are you guys doing? Who watched the training last night? That was fire from Ray Ray and Faith. They brought the heat, y'all.
Yay!
You hear our little sidekick back there that just said yay. Okay, guys, so let me talk to you about the 5 truths or things that you need to get a handle on to be successful within this business. And number 1 is something I talked about yesterday, but number 1 is your mindset, okay? You have to have control of your mindset in this business, okay? So I know last night, if you were on the training, we talked a little bit about comparison and like comparing your journey to someone else's. And you guys need to know that you need to stop watching people that have been doing this business for years and comparing yourself and saying that you're never going to get there. Because if you don't have a control over that and you don't check yourself and you don't check your inner critic, you're going to get so far deep in your head that you're going to stay stuck and you're not going to do anything because your inner critic and your inner mean girl is telling you that you can't do the things, right? So I'm not going to lie, things like that get to me, but I'm no different than anybody else. But one thing that I have made myself really realize is that I've got to put that in check. And another thing is, if you follow someone, whether it be on Instagram or Facebook, or you're scrolling and somebody makes you feel unworthy, unfollow them. Unfollow them. Even if it's not anything that they're doing personally, you've got to protect your brain. You've got to protect your mindset. And if somebody is making you feel like shit, even if they're not doing it intentionally, you have the right not to take that in. You have the right to do that. And that's one thing that you have got to realize. If you are not happy with where your business is right now, or you are not happy with where your income is right now, guys, it's just a fact, right? Like, it's just a fact of that's where you are right now. But that doesn't mean you have to stay there. That doesn't mean that's where you're going to be in the future. That's where you are right now in your journey, and you have the ability to push yourself through that. So I'm not going to go much more into mindset because I feel like we preach on that all the time, but just get a hold and do some self-checks of your mindset, okay? The second thing that people need to get a handle of, or like realize that you may be doing, I don't know why my phone is like not letting me see the comments. I have to keep scrolling. So the second thing is, time is not your problem. Time management is your problem, period. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. We all are busy. We all have things that we need to get done. Time management is your problem, not having time. Because I'm going to tell you something. And I know Chloe and Katie I know Chloe will agree with me. You are not going to have more time to work your business when you quit your traditional job. Let me say that again. You are not going to have more time to work your business when you quit your full-time job. And some of y'all are probably like, what are you talking about? Guys, when I'm off during the summer, I struggle working. Why? Because I have all this time and I'm like in my head, like, oh, I've got all day. And then I'll have done a million other things instead of the income producing things. So quit saying that you don't have time to work your business or that you don't have time to have recruiting conversations or whatever. Because number one, the three of us don't do excuses. Number two, you have to make time for things that matter. And I know that we've talked about that a million times, but you are not going to have more time when you quit your job. You are not going to have just 3 hours to sit down with no interruptions and do the things. And sometimes people will be like, well, I don't have 2 hours to sit down and do that, so I'm just not going to do anything. Dumbest thing I've ever heard. Because I don't have a lot of time. If I need to be working on things for my business, when I get home from work, I spend time with my family until my daughter and my son are like getting ready for bed. And then I can go work on my business. But then I'm also still spending time with my husband, etc. So you have to make time for that. Mason, please quiet down with the sound effects. So you have to make the time to do that. Stop scrolling on Instagram and Facebook. Stop watching people's stories and make your own damn story. Stop scrolling on Facebook and add some value to people's life, right? And realize that you're not adding value by posting about your business every single day. You're not adding value by forgetting who you are as a person. You cannot just post on Facebook and social media just about your business and expect people to want to engage with that. You need to be engaging. You need to be providing value to your people. So stop scrolling. Those little chunks of time that you have, like right now on my way to work, are valuable. And you can use them or you can lose them. You can voice text your leaders on the way to work. You can voice text your people while you go pee. You can follow up while you go pee. Like, I am the world's biggest, time user. Because I don't make excuses for what I need to do. Okay? So take control of your time and manage it. Okay? Number 3, your success is up to your habits. Mic drop. Your success is up to your habits. Whether they're positive habits, negative habits, or if you don't have a damn habit. Because you're running around, Mason, he's going, yes. Whether you're running around like a squirrel with your head cut off. I'm not going to go into all the whole systems thing because we have preached that till we're blue in the face, and that was what our task was this morning. But you are not going to find success in this business by waking up every morning and not having a clue what you should be doing. You're not going to do it. Hey. And I mean, I don't even know what else to say. But if you wake up every morning and you don't have Stop. If you wake up every morning and you don't have a clue what you should be doing, I don't really know what else to tell you. There are a million systems out there. If my system doesn't work for you, don't do it. If you need to be like Bailey and Katie and have a specific day for booking parties and following up with customers and doing whatever it is you need to do, then do that. All I know is that you cannot sustain this business if you do not have good habits. Period. So, you've got to figure out some habits. Even if you're crazy busy, which I am every single day as a teacher. We have all brand new curriculum. I'm the grade level chair. I'm on committees. Like, I'm doing all the things, right? I have the principal's kid in my class, so I got to really make sure I'm on my P's and Q's, right? Mason, stop. I know I'm laughing, but I'm getting frustrated. I mean it. Stop. Every single day, you have to do an income producing activity. Every day. Look at me. Look at me in the eyes. Stop it. Income producing activity. If you are not doing an income producing activity every single day, you're leaving money on the table, you're not working your business, and you can't complain when your business isn't growing. If you don't know what an income producing activity is, you need to get with your sponsor. Income producing activities are things that make you money. Sponsoring is your income from the future or income forever. Bookings are your income for the future. And follow-up and sales are your income for today. You need to be doing something every single day that's income producing. And sometimes I get caught up in that. Like right now, I have fundraiser packets to get together. I have bailouts to get together. I have all these samples and I need to staple them to the flyer that they go to. I need to package some bag parties. I need to do a lot of those like business things. But guys, I'm not sitting down at the end of the day when I've worked all day and doing those things first. I'm doing an income producing activity before I do a dang thing. So success is up to your habits, and you need to be doing income producing activities every single day. Number 4, you need to go to war with your distractions. Go to war with them. I am a squirrel. I don't know about you, but when I am trying to do the things, I usually have about 8,000 tabs up on my computer, or I'll go to do something on my phone and I get a notification, and then the next thing you know, I'm on Jane.com shopping, because that's just who I am as a person. And I have got to, or I had to, be very, very intentional with my time and with the things that I let distract me, because if not, I'll go a whole day and have not done any of the things that I needed to do. So some ways that I have found that I can limit my distractions. I turned my texts off on my off on my watch, so that my watch is literally for telling time and like when I run and all that, because I'm at work all day. And guys, I still get, yes, Courtney, I forget what I'm doing all the time. I'll go to do something and I'm like, I don't even remember what I'm doing. But I turned all of that off on my watch. I need a watch because I'm at school and I need to know the time. But I also would get really distracted while I was teaching by getting a text. And I've got to make sure that I'm doing my job correctly at my full-time job first, right? So I turned those off. Another thing that I do every single day, my do not disturb goes on at 8 o'clock, period. So at 8 o'clock, that is usually when my kids are settled and in bed and I am able to do what I need, right? And I'm in my office. My phone is turned over. My notifications are turned, my do not disturb is on, and I'm not looking at my phone. I'm working my business and I'm putting my head down and I'm doing the things that I need to do. If it's on the weekend and I don't want my phone to be on do not disturb, I don't even take my phone into my office, because I can do all of the other things that I need to be doing on my computer or whatever. Also, I have, so for me, I'm a really big to-do list person, but I like to get the stuff checked off. Well, what I was realizing is that I was wasting a lot of time, because I'd get, this month especially, I would get a new teamie email, right? Not necessarily from me, but from other teammates. And I would want to go send that new Teamy email right away. Well, that distracts me and that stops me from doing other things that matter. So what I do, I check my email a couple times a day. And it's really just when I get a chance. If I see a new Teamy email come through, it is important to me to send them that new consultant information. I flag it because I don't like the notifications on my phone. I flag it, and then one time a day or one time every couple of... We are not dabbing when I'm doing a video. One time a day or once every 2 days, I will go and send those emails. When I'm laying in bed or when I'm going to pee or whatever, I send them at one time. That limits my distractions. Another thing that I've done is I don't allow myself to get on Facebook and scroll unless I'm ready to deal with the notifications, because I get a ton of notifications all the time. So what I do is one time a day or a couple times a day, I'll get on and I'll deal with my notifications at one time. That's why I tell you guys that are on my team, don't message me on Facebook Messenger, because I'm not going to check it except for one time a day, if that. And I deal with it when I can, not just at the beck and call of everybody. And I've done the same thing with my text messages now. You'll notice if you've texted me during the day, I'm not texting you back because I need to make sure that I'm focused on my kids at school and make sure I'm doing my job here too. So limit your distractions. No matter what that looks like for you, you need to limit those distractions. Because distractions are just time killers. I know we've already talked about time, but distractions are like the worst. Get laser focused, turn your notifications off, and when you're going to go do something, go do it. If you need to set a timer for 20 minutes of doing income producing activities, then do it. And don't do anything else till the timer goes off. Okay? The last thing, number 5, is do not do this business alone. You cannot do this business alone and find success. I mean that you need a mentor. You need an accountability partner. You need somebody that you can talk to and work through and really, like, give me the game, then stop. Then you need somebody that you can bounce ideas off of. And your mentor doesn't have to be in person. Chloe and I are accountability partners, and we talk almost every day. And we just update each other on what we're doing. Mentorship doesn't have to be in person. Somebody can mentor you I can be your mentor by you tuning in to all of the trainings that I do, right? You can find someone on YouTube that can be a mentor to you by training yourself. But doing this business alone is not something that we want you to do. And it's not something that you can do, because leadership, guys, is lonely if you don't have anybody to run with, okay? And the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with, because I need to go into work, is I want you to ask yourself this. Would you get fired at your traditional 9-to-5 job? Would you get fired there if you worked your business the way that you're doing right now? Would you get fired? Because some of you might be saying yes. Because you have to have a mindset shift of being an employee versus being a boss and being the CEO of you. Because you go to work every day at your traditional job and you're an employee. But when you go to work for Scentsy, you're a CEO. So you have to change your mindset from being an employee to being a boss. And ask yourself, if you are only working your business when you feel like it, what if I only go to work, or if I only go to school and do lesson plans when I feel like it? I'd never have lesson plans. Or what if I only do small group when I feel like it? I'd get fired, right? So if you really want this to be a business, I'm not going to say treat this like a business, because some people don't know what that means. But you need to treat it like a traditional 9-to-5 job and ask yourself, if you're showing up the way that you would if you had the opportunity or somebody could fire you. And if you don't want to work this like a business and all that, then that's fine. But I feel like if you're in this program, that's what you want to do. And so you need to make sure you are staying in check with whether or not you would get fired if this was your traditional 9-to-5 job and you had a boss. Okay? So I also have to check myself on those things too. So just remember that. A lot of times when I'm on here training you guys, I am talking to myself too. All right? I love y'all. I hope you have a good day. Do all of the income producing activities. If you don't have positive habits put in place, you need to do that. Go look at our task, show us what your systems are, and own your business. Be the CEO of you. Love y'all.